I'm Peter and I'm the author of Mindfulness in 3D, the Alexander Technique for the 21st Century. Someone told me she was puzzled by my videos because she'd heard that the Alexander Technique is about posture and learning to stand and sit properly. No one needs to learn to stand and sit properly. Everyone knows how to stand and sit properly. I'm going to explain. I watched a video online of a newborn baby giraffe learning to stand. It stirred and it fell over, and it stirred and it fell over. It was very cute. That baby giraffe would have been able to stand within an hour of being born, and it would have been able to run not long after that. It doesn't have to learn to do it. There is a built-in mechanism that will hold it up, and there's a built-in mechanism for running. It just has to give the system time to develop strength and coordination. And similarly, we don't have to learn to stand upright. We don't need to learn to walk. We don't need to learn to run. We don't need to learn to stand and sit. We are born with a mechanism hardwired into us. Like the giraffe, we just have to give the system time to develop the strength and coordination. It just takes about a year longer for us than it does for giraffes. So we have this beautiful mechanism that will hold us effortlessly upright, and we walk gracefully. It's built in. But then we start interfering with it for various reasons. We get consciousness involved in what our bodies are doing, thereby diminishing our consciousness and diminishing the effortlessness and the graceful quality. I'll give you some ways in which we do it. We copy off what other people do. I remember getting out of a car in Wales when I was about 7 with my father and grandmother. We stopped to look at a view. And my father and grandmother looked at the view like this. So I thought, oh, that's what you have to do to look at a view. So I did that until, through Alexander, I realized there's nothing tightening your face and screwing up your eyes can do to help you look. If you want to look at a view, all you have to do is point your eyes towards the view. And then people who have these habits impose them on us when we're children. At school, for instance, reading. The teacher says, are you concentrating? Yes. Well, you don't look like you're concentrating. Oh, okay. Or PE teachers, you drop the ball. Come on, try harder. So we go, right, I'm going to try harder this time. And we get consciousness involved in controlling our bodies. Someone I know took LSD. And he said that he could feel his brain rewiring. He said that he realized that as a species we do something once and it works. And we do it that way from then on. That's probably the subject of my next video. But he also said that he realized that when we have children, they're learning to do things and we say, no, you don't do it like that. You do it like this, and we impose our way of doing it on them, even though they may actually have a better way. And there's a third way in which we get consciousness involved in our bodies. Some people get self-conscious and want to hide, and other people want to make choices about how to stand and move that project some kind of idea of how they want to be seen. Sometimes these choices can be very funny. People make strange choices about how they want to be seen, and it doesn't always work. I did it twice myself as a teenager. I decided to change the way I walked, and I ended up in pain, and my friends laughed at the way I was walking. I thought it was cool. So training yourself to walk in a different way. I already knew how to walk. I had this exquisite built-in mechanism that I'd been using since I was 1, but for 3 days I had to go, hang on, I don't walk like that anymore. How do I walk now? Right. I was training a bit of consciousness to control the movement, and that bit of consciousness was tied up in my body until I discovered Alexander. And as my body freed up, my consciousness freed up 3 times while I was training to be an Alexander teacher. I had this experience of going, whoa, this is what it's like to be alive. What have I been doing? As consciousness was released from my body. For me, having a bigger consciousness, a more conscious mind, a more conscious way of living is the biggest benefit of Alexander. It's far outweighed the physical benefits. Although one of the physical benefits is I'm so light I can't feel my body, which is probably how I was until I was about 6. So, Alexander's technique, Mindfulness in 3D. It'll show you how to get back what baby giraffes have, and human toddlers. And what baby giraffes have got and what human toddlers have got is not good posture. It's something more alive and more important. It'll give you a more conscious mind. It'll rewire your brain, and the way LSD does, but without the dangers or the illegality. And you'll find you just standards it the way you used to when you were small. So, if you want to know more, you can read my book, Mindfulness in 3D. I'm going to keep making videos. You can subscribe to my channel. I'll post a link here.